Let nothing disturb you. Let nothing frighten you. All things fade away. God never changes. Patience obtains all things. Whoever has God lacks nothing. God alone suffices. Saint Teresa of Avila. Media manipulation. 5 techniques they use. Understanding how power structures really work. Media is the lens through which most people see the world. But what happens when that lens is shaped by those with power and influence? This video explores 5 common techniques used to manipulate public perception, and how understanding them helps us see through the fog of information. Framing is the art of deciding what story to tell, and what angle to tell it from. The same event can appear heroic, tragic, or meaningless depending on the chosen frame. For example, a protest can be described as a riot or a movement for change. Both may be technically true, but each creates a very different emotional response. Framing is powerful because it guides what we think about and how we think about it, often without our awareness. Agenda setting doesn't tell you what to think, it tells you what to think about. By choosing which issues dominate headlines and which get ignored, media outlets shape the public sense of importance. When a topic receives constant coverage, it appears urgent and real. When it disappears from discussion, it fades from public concern. This technique helps. Powerful interests direct attention away from inconvenient truths and toward narratives that serve their goals. The illusion of choice. Many believe they have access to diverse viewpoints. But most major media outlets are owned by a small number of corporations. These companies often share overlapping political and financial interests. Even when outlets seem to disagree, they operate within boundaries that protect those interests. This creates an illusion of choice, a range of opinions that all reinforce the same core assumptions about economics, power, and authority. Emotion drives attention, and attention drives profit. News and social media increasingly rely on outrage, fear, and empathy to keep audiences engaged. Emotional manipulation is not always malicious. Sometimes it simply reflects what algorithms reward. But when content that triggers anger or fear spreads faster, it shapes public opinion and deepens divisions. In this environment, facts matter less than feelings, and nuance is easily lost. Manufactured consensus. Finally, there is the appearance of widespread agreement, what's often called a manufactured consensus. When the same message is repeated across platforms, by pundits, experts, and influencers, it begins to feel universally accepted. Dissenting voices are marginalized or mocked as fringe. Over time, repetition creates the illusion that everyone agrees, even when significant debate exists behind the scenes. This technique stabilizes the status quo by making alternatives seem unrealistic or extreme. Media manipulation is not just about fake news or propaganda, it's about influence, structure, and subtle shaping of what we perceive as reality. By recognizing these techniques, framing, agenda setting, illusion of choice, emotional manipulation, and manufactured consensus, we take back some of our power to think critically and question narratives presented to us. The goal is not to distrust all media, but to see it clearly. Awareness is the first step toward understanding how power structures really work, and how information shapes the world we live in. If you like our videos, feel free to like and subscribe to Template Hub Driver, or contact us at templatehubdriver.com, or just email templatehubdriver@gmail.com.